Hello, children. This is Deluxe Public Radio, a weekly podcast with BeBe Deluxe where I talk about it. And I'm going to keep on talking about it. So this week, I've got lots to talk about. It's Pride Month. Pride Month, children. June. We have made it 5 days into Pride Month at the point of filming this. And baby, they've already tried it. They've tried it every which way. And I'm going to get into it today. We're going to talk about some show finales that went incredible. And we're going to talk about some show finales that were boo-boo, doo-doo garbage. Put it in the trash can. And let's get into it today. By the way, how are you? How are you celebrating your Pride Month? Are you staying cool? Got the AC running? You fanning yourselves with the clack fans? We still doing clack fans, Your Honor? I don't think we are. Do you have plans this Pride season? Are you an overworked drag queen dog? Are you a new, fresh baby kitten? So excited to go out there and be sweaty in public. Because I know y'all have not incorporated washing your tights. I'm not seeing enough memes about washing tights, which leads me to believe that we have fallen into a state of not doing it. We're gonna have to work on that this Pride season. I don't wanna smell no stinky tinkies making their way to the ViStar Pride Out Loud celebration stage, sponsored by Lockheed Martin McBride. Woo! This Pride, I'm teaming up with Lockheed Martin to put a whole foot in someone. All right, so let's get into things I liked. I saw the Hacks finale. It was fierce. For those that don't know, I am the #1 Deborah Vance stan. I love and celebrate Hacks. I've never felt more represented by a television show, and I'm not even fucking kidding. I don't know what it is in my life that made a television show about like a woman in her 60s who has had a long, storied comedy career, trying to win back her gay following. And give cunt, but also like keep relevant with the times and fight against glass ceilings. I don't know why that show was tailor-made by bisexual scientists to keep me engaged in it. But every moment of Hacks, all 5 seasons, baby, have got me together. The final episode is wonderful. The thing is that the show always committed itself to comedy. And like, I'm going to say that the final season gave like final season tropes because like, what are you going to do? You're trying to like say goodbye to all your characters. You know, it's not fucking Breaking Bad, which I keep comparing Breaking Bad and Hacks, but I think it's because it's like everybody universally on arrival saw Breaking Bad and said that is prestige, must see TV. And I don't feel like enough respect has been put on the name Hacks. Now around like, lesbian stand-up comics and gaudy gay guys and the occasional Tron, I have noticed that everyone holds Hacks in very high reverence. But girl, Jean Smart is my mother and she is the birthday. I don't really have much to say about the last episode of Hacks if you haven't seen the whole show. If you haven't seen the whole show, you should start from the beginning and watch it. I'll say that last episode, the fact that it committed to not being comedy, because the whole season, every season has been about comedy in some way. Even if it has these heartfelt, gut-punching moments of real humanity, sad clown underneath the performer, like, which, that's my tea. Girl, every comedian is so deeply sad and they don't talk about it. I mean, I remember working with Bob the drag queen once, and I said, yeah, my dad's a stand-up comic, and Bob was like, oh, I'm so sorry, that's terrible. Stand-up comics are the worst people I've ever met. And now she be doing stand-up. I don't know Roberta. I worked with Roberta a long time ago. She's spicy. Maybe if I talk shit about her, she'll notice that I've got a podcast and she'll give me a shout out. Hey, Bob the drag queen, I want to fight you. Why am I talking about Bob the drag queen so much? Damn. Let's actually wake this up. Hacks has been on television for 5 seasons, and each season's been pretty incredible. The only time where it felt like critically people were having trouble with it is when the 2 leads in the storyline weren't together because they had such incredible dynamic tension, which to me is just a credit to how good the show is. If people are like sad to see that like the two main characters have had a falling out and have separate storylines, that means that everyone's captivated and wants to see them together. And I'm still not going to give you any spoilers, but a devoted following of people watched a successful 5-season run that closed the loop and was very satisfying to its viewers. That's what Hacks was. And people barely moved. Because I guess it's not a fun story to be like, hey, this television show was great the whole time. And it really respected its audience. And it ended and everybody was happy. Is it going to get everybody jumping for fucking joy? Now what will? Divas and Doll Hearts is the Euphoria finale. Oh, baby. I done never seen so many people lit up online about the finale to a TV show. And I'm including like Game of Thrones. I done seen so many shows come and go on the damn television set that everybody got all worked up and mad about. I mean, and I've watched American Horror Story. I watched every single episode of True Blood. And I watched both them shitty ass Glee finales because I like seeing things die. So I already knew I was going to watch Euphoria. I already knew I was going to get through the whole thing because I don't know what it is. I find that I have the same kind of endorphin fucking surge in my meaty little fucking cave woman brain that just makes me like terrible things as much as I like good things. Like I love Hacks so spiritually and I cried so heavily while watching it because something about a funny lady fighting through the fucking odds and prevailing and being out of touch and learning how to heal. Like that really spoke to me, obviously, on a personal level. But this shitty fucking third season of a show that was already on fumes by season 2, I don't know, now that I've had some time to think about it, I needed Euphoria season 3 to be terrible. I needed it to be bad. Because I remember season 1 thinking it was absolutely stunningly beautiful to a point where it was hard for me to really like get too worried about the early warning signs I had that Euphoria is created by a weird fucking dude. And then finding out that the whole visual style belonged to Petra Collins and he kneecapped her. And then also finding out that Labyrinth, the whole musical cue and everything, like, you know, he gets axed. And then all of these incredible A-listers slowly but surely don't want to be fucking attached to it anymore. And it takes forever to bring it back. And then we've seen all this other work from Sam Levinson come out since Euphoria started. And my God, what a self-obsessed dullard. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm calling Sam Levinson a dullard because even though he packs his shit with like sensationalism and soap opera elements, he is never saying anything. Euphoria season 3, y'all can fucking hate me for keeping it 100. Said nothing. Drugs are bad. Okay, we know. Season 1 and season 2 are about drugs are bad. And it's like, no, we're stripping back all the glamour and we're really going to show you how bad drugs are. And to him, that means put shit on it. Why so many goddamn times in the whole run of this third season, you had to put Mookie Stink out in the open for dogs to lick up, the young woman from Baskets, Lori, hanging herself and shitting out the bottom, Nazi man shit. Why we gotta show shit? Like, I get it. Like, oh, Sam Levinson, you just seem mad. You just seem needlessly fucking mad. Your perspective and all your scripts make you just seem mad as hell. And I'm not even talking about Euphoria, just Euphoria. And I'm going to have to pop up the names of this shit because I cannot be bothered to open up the fucking Wikipedia page to tell you exactly what the names of these films are. But, like, it just sounds like the film that you made after Euphoria about the man and the woman and the man's the director and the self-indulgent fight he and his lady get into. It's like, so you just be scripted. Like, everybody does this. Everybody does this thing where they like make up a whole argument in their head that they're going to have with somebody, but your little bitch ass put it on a script page and you made these women say all these crazy things in all your pieces. I so nailed it when I realized you were just like a new age Quentin Tarantino. And like, I'm not defending fucking Quentin Tarantino because like, problematic fucking uncle, just rough. And it's like watching his old work. Like, I love the movie Jackie Brown, but it's a bit of a painful watch today. They're all kind of a painful watch when you strip back the fact that every Tarantino movie you've ever watched has this fucking guy sitting at the typewriter. I'm so fucking bitchin'. I'm so smart, bitch. I'm so fucking freaky and cool. Fuck yeah, bitch. I'm Quentin Tarantino. I feel like Sam Levinson just, as a viewer who watched all 3 seasons and sees these things with a critical and contextual eye, you just seem mad. You seem mad at the people who watched the show. You seem mad at Zendaya. You seem mad at Jacob Elordi. You just seem mad and spiteful of everyone involved. And that's kind of why people like don't want to fuck with you. And like, I don't know. I saw something on Twitter talking about Hunter Schafer feels like Diana Argon to Ryan Murphy is to Sam Levinson. And like, I see it. If you know about the tea, you know that Ryan Murphy, I will not hesitate to be on one of your shows either, but I am going to have to drag you across the cement. Cause you were known for having massively, incredibly talented girls in your cast and just sending them to the fucking, wastelands, bitch. Diana Argon, I loved Naya Rivera. Loved her so down. I thought she had such a beautiful voice and such a rock solid delivery. And before she passed, she really didn't like do that much work. It was all just kind of like personal projects. And I see the girls of Euphoria struggle bussing similar to the way the girls on Glee did. Amber Riley is one of the greatest singers of all time. This is such a side note, but Amber Riley is one of the greatest singers of all time. I'm not fucking kidding. I put her up there with Whitney Houston. And those are the things I'm saying and have been saying. I feel as if this final episode of Euphoria is not shocking if you've been watching this last season. So the big spoiler is that Rue dies halfway through. Because I think ultimately what the show is trying to tell you is that drugs are bad, okay? Basically, Euphoria has one resounding message, and it's drugs are bad, okay? That's just all we get. That's all we get. But it's like it's so evangelical. It's like you're preaching about how terrible it is, but you're simultaneously broadcasting it. And there's this moment in the final episode where Maude Apatow is talking about the Bible. And I read the Bible. I think the Bible is fierce. I really do. I'm not even saying that to be funny. I think the Bible is so fierce, and it says a lot of things that we really could actually learn from. No, I'm not red-pilled. No, I'm not a fundamentalist. I like ancient text. And girl, she is frequently saying in the Bible is constantly saying over and over again, you are not God. Stop acting like you're God. And it's so funny that there's this leading trad movement about how we need to just start like rearing children and reading the Bible. And it's like that, y'all, you're missing the fucking point. And it's like spending a whole bunch of money so you can have this like homestead that's just for you and yours. That's not what the fucking Bible's about. You dumb, goofy, dumb idiots. It's about having like everybody benefiting together. That literally, I cannot stress this enough. And I'm saying this because Sam Levinson decided to take this, like, everyone says it just seems like a hard right turn into him making the show like a pro-Christian, pro-American, like, narrative. Like, it's not that surprising if you were paying attention to the way that he observed all these people the entire time. But like, the Bible is actually the idea that we are all powerless to the Creator. And even if you're not imagining a guy named God wearing robes and clouds, we are powerless to the fucking elements. The sun will bake us the fuck alive. The ocean will fucking drown us. The earth will crash down on us. Bugs will sting us. We will get sick. We will get cancer. We will kill one another. We are absolutely powerless to our fucking creator, whoever that creator may be. And that is what the Bible really tries to tell you. It finds all these different ways where people can insert their own story because one guy didn't write it. A lot of people wrote it over a long fucking period of time. And a lot of it is people retelling versions of history. Like it was like a history textbook, a law textbook, and a fucking story to entertain people on Sunday, all crammed together. It's like calling the Bible just one thing is also a little crazy but the one resounding message is that the Bible is telling you, hey, dummies, you're all kind of fucked on earth. So the key to being unfucked is admitting that you are powerless to whatever put you here. You're here. Don't be a fucking asshole. That's what the Bible is saying. Don't be a fucking asshole. Love thy neighbor. It means when you see folks out in the wild struggling, you help them out. When you get bounty, when you receive riches and blessings, when it seems as if fate, God, whatever, has gifted you for being a good person or hard work or determination or creating good crops or selling it up, getting riches so you can create your own kingdom. God is there to remind you that there is no kingdom but my kingdom. Ergo, all of this could be taken away from you at any minute. And it is important that you create a quality of life within your communities, within your neighbors, the people around you. This idea Sam Levinson has tacked on to the end of Euphoria of like this homesteader family that's like bookending the beginning of Euphoria season 3 and the end of Euphoria season 3. It's just so clownish. The trad wife, trad husband movement and the home settler movement, y'all are missing the fucking point. It's not about creating your quiver full of fucking children so you have something to fight against the apocalypse, because those people are fucking nutbags. I promise you, y'all don't want to be quiverfuls. They're fucking nutbags. They let their fucking men touch up on their children. They do. And I'm talking about the Duggars as one example, but that's what that let's make a whole bunch of kids who can do our fucking bidding for us bullshit is. That is some kind of thing that is not the Bible. That is some conditioning that they've attached to the Bible where we have like one dude who's in charge and all the dude children he gives birth to get to like do whatever they want to the women, and they never have to go outside their circle, because if they went outside their circle, any other woman would look at them and say, that's bad genetics. I don't want to fuck that. I don't want to make children with that. I don't want to produce crops with that. Fuck that. So that's why y'all create these little hovels where you're just like, no, we're just fundamentalists. We're great people underneath all this. No, you are creating armies of children. And you are getting them to follow your specific needs and what you want. But what your book is saying to you, and if you don't believe it, read the fucking book of Daniel, bitch. The whole fucking shit is reminding you that you are powerless to your creator. So do you want to be King Neb out in your fucking settlement? Because that's what the shit sounds like. Y'all get out there and you're like, we make our own crops. We provide for our own family. We create this whole family and it's just us and this little like bulb. That's based. And yes, you let people in and you let the man sit at the table and say grace and you let Rue come through. But no, that was a settler family. Y'all that and Sam Levinson, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shit on Nepo children because I don't think Maude Apatow deserves to ever have read something you wrote out her mouth, because I find her a very endearing Maude Apatow stan account. I just feel like the Nepo child conversation is kind of a dead in the water for me, because I feel like if we're not looking at the art and we're just looking at how the artist got there, we're not like, it's a 2-part puzzle. Okay. And just constantly dismissing something because they are a Nepo child is not productive, because they can create great art. However, when you make something massively fucking shitty, that's not polarizing. There are not people saying this is incredible. We're all saying it's shitty. And the reason it's shitty is because you're just like an entitled brat. You don't respect women. I saw that shit that you made with fucking The Weeknd, who I used to like until he made something with you. And Sam Levinson, if you think I'm being too harsh on you, mama, call me, put me in your next project, and I'll tell you how to make it good. But baby, that was garbage. It was garbage. It's just, this is like rich hipsters in Hollywood are around creatives all the time who had to like work really hard to get into those rooms. And I'm not saying that being a rich hipster inherently makes you a piece of shit, but it's like sometimes you're a piece of shit and you're poor. Sometimes you're a piece of shit and you're talented. Sometimes you're a piece of shit and you're rich. And I feel like the way that you treat your characters, the way you objectified all of those young actresses, the way that you smeared shit all over them, the way that you made them like have these horrible, humiliating fetish baiting scenes in this final season, the way that you completely disregarded the people who had been with it the entire time, literally in the second half of the finale, so it can be about like the dudes. Because people watched Euphoria for the dudes. Nobody watched Euphoria for the dudes. No one watched fucking Euphoria for the dudes. I'm not counting the tall man. What's the tall man? Hey Serial, what's the tall man? Not Nate Berkus. He did covers. Nate Jacobs. What's the tall man? Jacob Elordi. That's a woman. No, somebody get her together. That's a woman. Women can be tall. Miss Elordi, when you're ready to get out with a lovely bisexual T-girl. I just want to look small next to him. He seems nice. And then you put him in them awkward compromises. She one of the girls too. She one of the girls. Miss Girl is one of the girls. Miss Girl is one of the girls. So, I don't think the finale to Euphoria was at all surprising. If you've been watching it, it was very clear to me that the top A-listers were like, get me the fuck out of this piece. And then the other ones just kind of like went with it. Cause like, this is no shade to Sydney Sweeney. I'm not about to character assassinate her. I just feel like Sydney Sweeney just gonna do it for the check. And I feel like Sydney Sweeney gonna work every day of her life. Cause I feel like that's a do it for the check kind of girl. I'm very bummed out that I'm probably not going to see Alexa Demi and a whole lot of other shit because I really liked her and I featured her, but I feel like this experience has made her like not want to do it. I'm so tired of talking about Euphoria. I don't have nothing else to say. I feel like I hit on it. I feel like I've been talking about it for a while. It's just he had the nerve. He had the nerve to make this last season kind of half-assedly about the Bible. And I just feel like that's also, by your own code, that's sacrilege, my good bitch. I just feel I watched the show because I understood that it was bad and sensationalist, and I wanted to see how it ended. And finding out that this is like the soft launch of Sam Levinson letting everyone know that he has these like fundamentalist Christian beliefs, as it turns out. And it's like, that doesn't surprise me because it always kind of felt like tourism. And then to find out that the visual look was hijacked from a creator and the sound was hijacked from another creator. And then when, and all the talent was from other creators, and mostly the thing that he could hold a credit to is the wildly shitty storylines. Go to hell, Sam Levinson. I want to move on from talking about Sam Levinson. Let's take a break. Hi, chicklets. Do you like to party? I bet you do. Do you like party favors? I bet you do. I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about party favors. The Party Favor Company is a new business started by local Jacksonville photographer Cat Culture, who is a very good friend of mine, but I have collaborated with them for many years, and I posed in many of their photo booths before. In fact, I have this photo right here from Pride a couple of years ago from a photo booth that they set up. Cat is a multimedia artist. They do these incredible installations. They do cutting out of woodwork. Their style is surreal and colorful and campy. I cannot recommend Cat Culture as an artist and Cat Culture's new company, Party Favorite Company, Enough. Get into the gig, contact them. I will leave their information in the description of this episode as well as on the screen if you're watching. And we're back. So let's talk about Pride season. A lot of stuff has been going on. A lot of people have been saying some things. So I'll talk about some shit that went down in Jacksonville. So every year we used to have one of our bridges lit up in a rainbow for Pride. It was really cute and we liked it. And then Florida Department of Transportation made some kind of call in lieu with what's that girl name? Hey Siri, what's that girl name? Miss Ron DeSantis. Miss Rhonda. She had made she made some kind of decision that you could only, you know, have red, blue, or white lights on the bridge, and everybody got all upset about it, and they rallied, and they rah-rahed, and then every year it's this big to-do trying to get some lights on the bridge. And I'm happy for everybody. I don't want anybody calling me out of fucking context and calling me to the carpet and telling me that I'm not appreciative of Pride. I am. I think it's great. And if y'all want to rally for lights, girl. But every year, oh, Lord have mercy, you would act like we was going up in there and cutting people's heads off. How upset people would get that we put a rainbow light on the bridge. And it's been a whole thing over several years, and I'm not giving y'all all the details because I didn't print out the notes. Girl, I'm just telling you about what's going on in my city the way that I would. But every year they get all, you know, Miss Ron DeSantis, she came out there and she had to like pull her little stunt a couple of years ago when she was trying to be Miss President. And, you know, she pulled this whole thing where she told us that we couldn't have Pride rainbow lights on our bridge no more, and the only lights we could have are red, white, and blue. Like, oh my God, let me tell you, straight people who don't like gay people love that American flag, girl. Pay it, honey. Straight people who don't like gay people love that American flag, girl. That is their Pride flag, girl. They the fuck out for that flag, girl. Conservatives the fuck out over the American flag. It is so cute. Okay. Anyway, they get all mad because we put rainbow lights on there. So Miss Ron DeSantis, trying to be Miss President, she decided she was gonna cut the lights off. And it could only be Miss Red, White, and Blue. Okay. So then you know, I'm not sitting up in there. Has something to do with the Florida Department of Travel as well. F. Dot said something about it. Somebody did something somewhere and said somebody had to do something, this, that, and the third. Who the fuck cares? Let the sissies have their fucking lights. Girl, it's not that deep. It's cute. It's cute. If you don't like gay people, you could just like the rainbow that month. Just tell your children this is Christ month. All these rainbows are all over because we just love Christ. Because Christ made the rainbow. Y'all keep saying it yourself. The first time I see, like, it's like I see the fundies and the evangelicals just foaming at the mouth, and they have their scripture about how pride comes before the fall and that the Lord detests pride. The Lord detests so many things, girl. I'm pretty sure that the Lord detests how often children are murdered. Or people are sold into trafficking, or like kid ODs on drugs. I'm still talking about Euphoria. There are things that the Lord detests. I don't think the Lord is like super concerned about gay people doing all this in the month of June. Truly, I feel like Miss God may have set it and forget it. I'm starting to think that Miss God in heaven started a stew, left it in the crock pot, and just went out to run errands and then forgot about the crock pot. I truly do think, like, girl, that was an afternoon in her life. We are a burnt roast, honey. We are a burnt roast to Miss God up in heaven. Truly. So, like, what? I'm not going to get into all that. All right, so I was talking about pride. So we just lit up the bridges again. And the whole reason I brought up this anecdote was not even so I could just, like, inform y'all, because I feel like I've done sort of a shitty job trying to explain the who, what, where, and why. This is not a news network. I think everybody should know this right now. If you got this fucking far in the video, this is not a news network. This is BeBe Deluxe Shenanigan Hour. Okay. So they got up there, they put the lights on the damn bridge. The Homer Simpsons was all out, and they was the Homer Simpsons and the Trana Triangles and the Lebanese and the Badu What with the Wow. And they probably had a couple of them puppy dog masks out there too. I wasn't there. I was at Wake. I was selling chicken wings to the kids. Make time for Tallulah. But I saw somebody somewhere posted about how they did the bridge, and every year somebody posted about the bridge online, and some news network posted about the bridge online. And then in the comments, it's all the daytime Facebook users. You know, the daytime Facebook users and how much they love transsexuals and the fucking pride flags and people doing anything. Daytime Facebook users, they don't want no one to do nothing. They don't never want anyone doing nothing. They hate people doing something. Logging on Facebook.com, mad that somebody did something. How dare you do something? All I want to see on Facebook is AI generative pictures of the cast of Golden Girls and what they would look like today. And also the one time I posted a photo of me 18 years ago. And then I want to tell trans people that they're men. Men's prison. So they lit up the fucking bridge. Or some. I don't know, y'all. Look it up. They lit up the bridge. And then I looked on Facebook. And I just saw someone just commented, like every once in a while, a conservative, because they got like low IQ, and I'm not trying to like say there's anything wrong with people with low IQ. I'm not even saying there's something wrong with people who use Facebook in the daytime. I'm just saying low IQ, low empathy, Facebook in the daytime, currently not super employed, and still riding on the Trump train. All kind of lives in the same. That Venn diagram is just one fucking hoop. So this one, but every once in a while, one of them says something so buck wild fucking stupid as shit that I'm like, you know what? Yeah, bitch, you ate that. So I saw one of them had commented on them lighting up the bridge. Poor fish. Like the idea that a fish would look up at the lit up bridge and go, am I allowed to say that word on the podcast? Hey, Serial, can I say on the podcast? Whoo, happy gay month since you gay or whatever. Let's take a break. Hi, you big fat chicken. Do you like chicken wings? Hi, you big fat cow. Do you like burgers? Hi, you big old fruit. Do you like acai bowls? Well, bitch, do I have news for you. If you also like drag queens, you can have all four of those things together at Tallulah Bistro. Yes, Duchess. So Tallulah Bistro has extended its hours from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. WTF. And on Thursday and Friday, we have something else for you yucky yummies. Yes, I'm not just talking about drinks. I'm not just talking about lovely food. I'm talking about drag queens. Yes, professional cross changes, T-girls, hell, even some drag kings. Everybody is coming out there and shaking it for y'all. And we've already started the Tallulah Bistro review. We do Thursdays at the Jax Beach location, and we do Fridays in Springfield. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, shit is cute. Shit is cute. Both shows have completely different vibes because one's all the way out at the beach and one's in the center of downtown. But the thing that both of them have in common is everyone in that room is having a good fucking time. And I can promise y'all that I have created some incredible lineups this summer at the Tallulah Bistro Review, which is every Thursday at the Jack's Beach location and every Friday in Springfield. Also, if you're listening to this, we are nearly sold out, so it's kind of pointless to even talk about it. Y'all need to come to Eggs and Eleganza on June 13th at Tallulah Bistro. It is hosted by my lovely, identical twin, the Lady Vasaya, and we have got Crystal Envy from RuPaul's Drag Race, and we also got Giovanni, a little sexy butt on that show too. So y'all need to try to get into that brunch. That is like in the daytime. Daylight. Waffles, eggs, and eleganza. Whereas the Tallulah Bistro review was at night, honey. It's chicken wings, it's burgers, acai bowls, and liquor. I would love to see y'all there this Pride Month. And remember, make time for Tallulah. Hello, my chicken nugget cheddar biscuits. Before I wrap up this episode, I want to introduce a new segment called Girl What?, where I answer your user-submitted questions. This week's question comes from Dime the Body from Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Dime asks, if you could give any advice to your 21-year-old self, what would you say? Ooh, glory, 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 glory on the mountaintop. I don't really know what I would tell 21-year-old Beatrice, to be honest with you. Like, she didn't even know she was trans yet. So I don't really necessarily know if anything I would tell that little dummy would stick. I mean, everybody was telling her, you're smart. You're smarter than you think you are. You're really funny. You just need to like apply yourself. Like everybody was saying that to her already, and she was not listening, girl. She had a story arc. She had a character arc she had to go on. I don't know if I could really give her any advice. That's a tough one because like 21-year-old BeBe Deluxe made this like insane decision to devote herself to Jacksonville. And that made everything so beautiful and wonderful and has kept me just like sustained and connected and has given me so many opportunities in life. And the reason that like my full-time job is myself is probably because I chose to just build in Jacksonville. Now, who's to say if I moved to LA or New York or Atlanta or Miami or at one point I was talking about going to Seattle. I don't know what that was about. I don't know. I think I for a long time just mourned this person that moved to a big city while I was living my life in Jacksonville and having so much fun and visiting these other places. I was like actively mourning the fact that like I didn't move to a big city when I was young, but like that would have been so fucking stupid. I was so stupid. Like, and not like stupid like intellectually, just like I didn't know shit. Like, y'all, let me wake some shit up. Before I was 21, when I was 19, I let a man who was 23 and had just graduated private college in Ohio, who wore like knockoff Louis Vuitton monogram bags and flip-flops. I let that man move into my house. I was like 18 or 19. And he was such a piece of shit. He like was tacky, and he was just like, he made me dress like him. He wore like Ed Hardy shirts and like camo shorts and like flip-flops. I don't know what the fuck his aesthetic choices were. It was like part of him was like he like wanted to be fuckable to like bears, and the other part was just kind of like so chuggy Ohio like label whore, but not like with any kind of foundational fashion sense. Just I saw it at Macy's in Ohio. Like he literally was like the meme in Ohio. Anyway, I fell in love with that guy, and I believed every lie he told me, and I let him live with me, and I let him abuse the shit out of me for like nearly 2 years. So by the time he was gone and I was 21, honestly, I don't know if any advice would have like really helped. I mean, my makeup was still pretty booger. Like as a drag queen, like I was still like early. So I don't know if necessarily telling somebody who like had really shitty makeup and like wasn't like super great at the art form, hey kids, stick with it. I don't know if that was like solid advice. I think solid advice, somebody would have said like, why don't you go to law school? But I don't think I was demonstrating how smart I was to myself or anybody back then. I think I was just kind of like loved the party girl. I drank a lot. I loved getting in fights. I was very reckless, with men especially, and like, I just feel like there isn't anything I could have told me at 21. I what would I, if I felt like she would listen, which I know she wouldn't, but if I felt like she would listen, I would say, God, it's so fucking cornball. I would say, like, believe that you can and you will. You're going to get older and you're not going to believe any of this anymore. You're going to think all of this was just like false confidence. You're going to just feel like so broken and busted up for so long because you didn't get your moment. Oh, here's what I would tell her. And she wouldn't listen. I found out. Okay. Grandma got to it eventually. So I would tell baby BeBe that, 21-year-old BeBe, I would say that, like, you really, truly don't want to hit massive success this young, kiddo. You don't. You don't want to be the most famous person on earth. You don't even want to have fucking 10,000 followers on fucking Instagram right now. You really don't. You don't want a platform right now. I don't think age 21 BeBe would have been able to handle massive success. She would have caved. And I don't think she would have been able to handle it within the span of 4 or 5 years. I don't think I could change a single thing. That's the weird thing, is like, you get older. I mean, I can think of a couple of times where I could have saved myself a couple of years, but not at 21. I mean, I fully believe, and y'all can get mad at me for this, but I fully believe that nothing counts until you turn 28. And even then, like 28, 29, 30, even 31, that's kind of a regression. 28 to 31, you're kind of like 16, 17, 18, 19 again. I do think that, like, when you turn 28, something fundamentally happens that just fractures your brain. 30's coming, and you did all this work, and it's the most work you've ever done in your entire life. And, like, being 28 just feels like so much, and you haven't accomplished anything. And even if you have, you don't feel like you've accomplished anything. You feel kind of like empty because, like, you haven't fully formed your personality until that moment. So then when you're 28, you kind of have to deal with, like, your little kid self, your rebellious teenager self, your arrogant, stupid 21-year-old self, and then this new, like, shaky, unconfident 28-year-old thing. And then it takes you several years to stop being such a self-absorbed prick about it. I love y'all down. Some of my best friends are like 27, 28. I've dated people who are like 27, 28, 29. And I think that it's kind of akin to being, like, in your terrible twos or being 13 years old. You're just dumb. You're kind of dumb. You just are. Like, your whole world fractures, and then all you can think about is how scary it is that you're going to turn 30, and turning 30 means jack fucking shit nothing. It's just a 3 and a 0. It means nothing. You don't even start to feel like an adult yet. 31, you don't even really feel like an adult. I mean, I'm going to wake it up. I'm 36. I only sometimes feel like an adult. I often don't feel like an adult. I'm often realizing that everybody doesn't feel like an adult, that everybody's just, like, trying to be a kid playing pretend. And then you reach a certain age where I guess you become playful on purpose. But, like, when you're, what I've experienced from being 36 is that I'll feel like I'm one of the kids until I realize I'm not, until I realize I have, like, foresight that I didn't have when I was young. I know how I'm more aware about, like, cause and effect. I can see patterns, and I can see, like, that's why when I meet somebody who really, like, is a combo breaker and breaks a pattern, I'm fascinated by them, good or bad. I just, with age comes wisdom, and that's so tired. That's so tired. And I fully do believe when I start getting closer to 40, I might have a similar situation to what I had when I got closer to 30s that I see the children going through. I'm trying to think about, like, what things do I see people in their 40s go through. And I guess I observe a lot of people having this, like, your 28 to 31 period is like this chaotic, I can fix this. And then I noticed that in your, like, late 30s to early 40s, there's this sort of, like, resolve. Well, I'm over 40. I can't fix it. And I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'm not there yet. So that is what I would say to my 21-year-old self. And this has been Girl What? All right, sugar boogers and boot scoots. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the second episode of Deluxe Public Radio with BeBe Deluxe, a weekly podcast where I talk about it. And bitch, I'm going to keep on talking about it. All right, bye y'all. See you next week.